I can post the reference photo in the chat if you guys want to paint along with me. Uh, we are going to be painting spotted eagle rays today. They're derpy and they're beautiful, and they're going to be a lot of fun to paint. So let's get started, shall we? All right, so I already have my sketch done. I just did it really quickly before we started, just so it kind of speeds things up a little bit. But I'll usually start with doing like the background since it's water. There's not a whole lot of scaling or perspective or anything that you really need to do with it. So I will just kind of block in a rough color that I want to do. And I like doing the rectangle brush when I start doing with the stroke color jitter on. I don't like having it be too high to start off with, just because I want it to look like a gradient, but still get some of that variation kind of in there. And then if it's not working, I'll just adjust it. And as we go lower, there's the hue shift of like it being a darker blue down here. So I'll just bring my colors down. If you guys aren't familiar with heavy paint, if you have all of your colors over here, you get white. And if you bring them all the way down, you get black.
So why did you choose to use heavy paint for this plein air April?
I think that heavy paint is really good for me because I tend to noodle a lot. And heavy paint kind of prevents me from doing that. So I can get stuff done and still have something that looks nice and presentable, I feel like. When I paint traditionally, or when I paint with Photoshop, I find myself playing with the brushes a lot more, and that's fun for sometimes. But plain April, I don't have a lot of time, and I just want to kind of get stuff out and done. And I feel like with the color jitter that heavy paint has, it kind of helps me figure out my colors a little bit better as well.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. And that's like something that I've been trying to figure out with how I want my paintings to be as well. Because I like the really graphic look, but sometimes when I specifically go too graphic, I feel like it looks really bland and boring. So trying to find that balance of like graphic and simple, but still like fun and interesting to look at.
I wonder how many people are using heavy paint this time around.
Yeah, I feel like I've been seeing a lot of people using it, and it makes me happy because I really do enjoy kind of the process of using it.
Yeah, I think the color mixing aspect is the coolest.
Like
the RGB slider.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I freaking love that part of it. It helps me understand colors so much more.
Yeah.
Are we able to able to talk, or is it more
Oh,
like
no. Yeah, it's a dialogue. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never used heavy paint. It has a color mixer option, or is like the predetermined option?
Yeah, so they have like different options that you can do. I like the RGB sliders, which is the one that I have right now. But they also have the HSB, the hue saturation. Oh my God, what's the other one?
Hue saturation value.
Value, yeah. But this one helps me like think about the colors a little bit better because it's the additive and subtractive.
So are you varying the colors like manually, or is it the program doing it too?
Yeah, so I'm choosing the colors and then I have a color jitter applied to everything.
Oh, okay.
So it gives like the slight little variation, so it's not just the one thing. And there's different types of color jitter that you can use with heavy paint. So there's the point. So if this might not be good. So for this one, you can kind of see as I'm drawing, the colors are kind of shifting within this area. It's not like just that pure kind of purple that I initially had. There's some like variation to it, which is nice. But then I usually
That's
do,
interesting.
yeah, I usually do stroke. So every time I do a new kind of brush stroke, then it changes the color. That's been the one that I've kind of been doing the most during plain April, because it looks more like the traditional, like you're adding a little bit to your brush every time.
It looks cool.
Yeah. I think I'll try it out. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, like heavy paint's really fun to kind of explore with, so I hope you enjoy it when you try it out. And there's so many of us that uses heavy paint, so if you ever have any like other questions, you can always just ask, and somebody will probably have an answer for you. Um, all right, now I'm using the fill poly, and that's just to kind of get a nice consistent block in for my shape in the back. And then once I have that, I'll usually go in with the fill lasso to start doing everything else. Fill poly is for like blocking in my silhouettes, so it gets crisp and clear and clean. And then fill poly is like my usual go-to brush. So when I'm doing my layers, I'll usually have my background and then any like major objects. So I have the ray in the back on a layer, and then I have the ray in the front on a layer as well. And that just helps me to keep everything organized. And that way, if I want to go in on this one and start doing some like other um, shapes into it, when I turn on the masking tool, which is this little superhero mask looking thing, it doesn't allow me to draw outside of it, no matter where I kind of try to use my brush. So, yeah. And then I like kind of blocking in everything first, trying to get those like main colors, because with color and values and everything is so relative. If you have one thing that's not really working, um, it's gonna kind of make other things not work, or it'll make other things work and other things not. So it's just trying to find that balance of what it is that you're kind of looking to go for with your paintings. And then for the color shifts that I'm trying to do right here on I guess they're wings, right? Would we classify these as wings?
Yes.
Okay. um, I'm noticing that up at the top on the part that's like kind of raised up, it's a lot cooler. Because the light is bouncing from the bottom of the sand up, the bottom of the ray is getting the bounce light from the sand. So that's why I have it be a little bit warmer. And then as it's going up, I'm cooling it off more so that you can kind of get that shift in space.
Can you talk about like how you cool the colors down?
Yeah,
I can. Like specifically with like the RGB sliders, or
Yeah, just talking about those concepts, like because sometimes it's not even just about adding more blue or green to cool a color down, right? So, like,
yeah,
how do you think about it?
yeah. So for me, I always try to get my lights down first. A lot of people like to do their shadows first. I don't know why I like to do lights first. It just works for me. And because when I was drawing in the sand, I was using greens and oranges. I wanted the bottom part of it to be greens and oranges as well. It's not going to be as like saturated as that. But just sorry, I accidentally unplugged my headphones.
I was like, oh, you're starting to get a little bit.
Yeah. I like got really excited and I moved around for a second. So your shadows don't always have to be cool and your light doesn't always have to be warm. Because the sand is warm, that's why my lights are going to be warm. And then there's going to be that shift in between where it's a warm, like blue or warm purple, kind of to like get right in between those. And if you want to get more warm colors, for me, bringing the red up is going to help it be warm, and the green. If I want it to be cooler, I'll bring the red down and green, depending on where I kind of want it to be. But like I said, it's always kind of relative of what it is that you're trying to get with it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks.
Like in my brain, it makes sense. So.
And then like I'm seeing how you're like slightly modifying the color. Like, could you talk about that too?
Yeah. So one thing that I've been really loving with heavy paint is the color jitter. And this is actually something that I learned more from Angela of like you can vary the colors up so it doesn't look just like that as long as the value is the same. So even if this is like a green, if I wanted to come in and add some like yellows or like that's not the right value at all, but we're just going to pretend for a second. If I wanted to add in some like other areas just to kind of break stuff up more, it makes it look a little bit more like interesting to me. But it's still, you're still getting the same feel as when we had it be that one color pass. And then I feel like it also helps with getting the gradients of the transitions between the warms and cools or whatever type of gradient you have going on as well.
Wow, you're a genius.
Oh my god. Oh, I learned it from you.
I'm like, stop. Bless you.
Oh.
Kaylee's gonna throw up and cancel the stream.
Sorry, Kaylee.
Wow, Cullen. Nice to see you here.
Thanks for joining, Colin.
He loves us.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I think you guys forgot that you might be in public for a second.
No, we didn't forget. We just don't care.
Yeah, haven't you heard that John Legend song? We just don't care, okay?
I actually don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I'll show you later.
Okay, perfect. So same thing that I was doing with the underside of the wings, I'm starting to do on the top of it now. I have the warm part. I'll just do this real quick right here. Because the light is hitting that a lot more. And because that back part of the wing is kind of tilted up, I'm cooling it off. So we have like a lighter, warmer blue-green, and then it goes up into the cools and gets darker.
Do you feel like you got faster with heavy paint?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hacks.
Hacks. Yeah, I mean, that was like my main reason that I kind of wanted to do heavy paint for Plain April is because it lets me just, I don't know if like art vomit isn't like the right word, but you know, when you can just like get it out and like for me, I'm not, cherishing these too much while I'm painting because it is something that I'm just kind of trying to practice with. I like kind of exploring things a lot more. And so for me, having the quicker aspect of just like you do one movement and then it blocks everything in, I'm like, oh, yes, thank you.
Yeah, I also like the way that it builds planes. I don't know if you agree with that. Like the way you're kind of sculpting out the wings.
Yeah.
Mantis, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not like a huge traditional painter just because I'm lazy.
Offended.
It's a lot of work to kind of set it up, and then it's a lot of work for me to like practice consistently enough that I feel comfortable doing it all the time. I feel like the learning curve with heavy paint is a lot quicker for me,
Mm.
so it's a little bit more preferable for me in that way as well. Because I feel like I learned colors a lot better, and then when I do go back to traditional painting for like those cars or when it's not plain April and I have more time to kind of explore stuff a little bit more. My traditional paintings have gotten a lot better as well
Oh, that's so cool.
because I've been practicing with like the RGB sliders. I feel like that helped me a lot with my color mixing as well, which is really nice.
Ba-dum. So many people joining.
Ding, ding. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming.
If you guys have any questions, please just type it in the special event chat, or you guys can unmute and ask Kelsey anytime.
I'm friendly.
Kelsey?
Jojo?
So what made you decide to use like green for the bottom and like purple on like the top of the pancake?
On top of a pancake. The reference photo is pretty neutral. And so I wanted to try to add in a little bit more color for that. And I didn't want to do the traditional yellow, like the yellow light. So I wanted to try to get some of that in and play around with it a little bit.
Looks good. I
Let's
like your
see.
pancake.
Thank you. I love pancakes.
Is this like a furry term or like manta rays?
No, they're sea pancakes.
No, this is a generic Zoomer term. Stop.
Oh, I never heard of this before. Why?
Oh my god, I need
You
to
never
take you to
heard
more
them called like sea
aquariums.
pancakes?
And they
Seem like pancakes.
chat.
They don't look like pancakes. They're not round.
Okay,
Pancakes
flappy
are
wings.
not round.
Pancake
Now,
we're not
wrap
all
the idea
perfect.
around your head
Oh my god, look at all these furries
and make it
attacking me.
pancakes.
No, I like how that's like the controversial statement of the stream.
But one, they don't have fur, so it can't be a furry.
Well, they're like
They'd be
scalies.
scalies,
Yeah,
if
scalies.
anything.
Oh, scalies are for like
Oh,
reptiles and
scales.
stuff, like dragons.
No, because I looked it up, and if it's a shark, it's also referred to as a scaly.
Oh, I
Then
think
your
I've also heard like fishies used, but they're not like fish, are they? I don't know.
I don't know. I am not experienced enough with furries to know. So if there's any furries in the chat,
Oh, somebody asked you? Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Talking about details, small details. Are you going to do all those sea plants and the spots on the back of the pancake, or are you going to stay with the more limited painting?
yeah, I'm gonna put them in. But for me, when I'm like first trying to block out colors, I don't want to think about details right away because I feel like it limits me with what I'm going to be trying to do with this. And because I like kind of experimenting with things. I don't want to have to like be painting on top of them and having to redo them later. So just trying to get the like basic colors down, and then when I do end up going into it, I'll probably have it be on a new layer and clip it down, which I will show you when we get there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Kelsey, this is Don. Next time you go into the settings on a tool, can you explain a little bit about what you're doing? Because that's something I haven't gotten into much.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So for me, I like working with the fill dots a lot. The main thing that I'm changing is the opacity strength, which is labeled as OP strength. If it's set to 100, then that means it's going to be non-see-through, and then the lower it goes, it's going to be more and more see-through. Sometimes when I'm trying to get that shift between two colors, I'll use it as kind of like a blockout point. So if I'm trying to get between this green and this dark blue up here, I'll color pick one of them, and then I'll make a shape, and then that's like the halfway point in between them.
That's invaluable right there. I was wondering where the opacity was hiding.
Yeah, it's a little sneaky, but it's super helpful when you get it. When you realize where it's living.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for asking.
Oh, can I also, somebody asked in the special event chat. I think we kind of talked about this, but like she wants to know like maybe a little bit more of how you exaggerate the color. Could you talk about your process for that? Do you just try to saturate it?
Yeah. So yes and no. When I was first kind of figuring out colors, one of the tricks that I would do is I would take whatever photo that I was trying to study with, and I would just like up the saturation a lot just to kind of see what colors were hidden beneath. And then from there, I kind of started figuring out how the colors and the lighting and stuff affects each other with that. So I am saturating it, but I am using the environment around it to base it off of my colors as well. Like I mentioned before, I decided to go with like a more green bounce light from the sand. And so that's why I have more of the green influence on the bottom. And then opposite of green on the color wheel is purple. And so those are going to be my purples shadows that I'm going to be having in as well. Did that answer your question?
Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
About general reference pictures, what's your process of selection for a reference image?
Like, how do I find one that I want to paint, or like
Yeah.
where? Oh, I paint whatever I want. I just try to find things that are interesting to me. I don't know if anybody here is familiar with him. Her name is Mad Pimp on Discord. She has a reference site.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I can throw it in the chat. It's a random reference. It uses, I think it's Upsplash. And it has like a search bar that you can put in. And yeah, I like using that because then it's non-copyrighted stuff. And there's some really interesting things that people have taken photos of. But if I'm not using that, then I take my own reference photos. Angela can vouch for me. When I'm on a trip, I take like thousands of photos.
Yeah, she's a really great photographer.
Yeah.
I hate you for that.
You love it. I got so many good photos of you. What do you mean?
Anyway.
Anywho. So yeah, trying to take my own reference photos or just trying to find cool things online. Because one of the things with plain April that I have learned, and this is just about me, I can't plan out my photos that I paint beforehand. I will think they look really cool in the moment when I'm like looking for them. And then when I go back and look at them, I don't want to paint them anymore.
feels.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is really cool, but
But no, thank you.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. So I'm like a day of searcher.
I like that about you.
Thanks.
Very spontaneous.
Yeah, we try. Um, and then right now I'm checking my values. This is like to the point that I would want it to be with like my colors before I start going in and zhuzhing things up. So Heavy Paint has a black and white like filter thing that you can put on. It's up in the top left and it's a black and white dot. And clicking it will just convert it to black and white so you can see your values. The nice thing about this is that you can still, if you're color picking, you can still color pick and paint and it'll still be that color. So it doesn't convert your brush or your color to black and white as well.
Any other cool tips? Oh, don't forget to teach people how to save because it crashes so much.
Yeah. So if you guys want to save, up in the top left, three little bars, and then you click save. And we're about the halfway point of this demo, so let's save. When you're painting, you can have the option of save it as a heavy paint file, save it as a PNG, as a transparent background, and you can also export it with layers. So if you want to like start off with heavy paint, you have your layers all organized, and then you want to throw it into Photoshop or Clip or program you use, you can save layers as JPEGs, and I'll make a little separate folder for you.
Is there any option to save the time lapse by any chance?
Not currently. You just have to do a screenshot, like a screen recording for it.
Psst, 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 psst.
Oh man, my mic doesn't catch when I do that.
Yeah.
I did.
Wait, you're calling for me, Angela?
Yes. I am. Can you talk about how these skills like maybe translate into your work? Because like you work in animation. So a little bit of background, Kelsey works at Marvel. And maybe you could tell us about the benefits of dying from plain airable because you know we're almost at the end, but we're also losing steam.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I totally forgot to do that part in my introduction. Hi, everybody. I'm Kelsey. I'm a biz dev artist, and I'm currently a background artist at Marvel Animations.
yes.
I feel like the skills with Plain April are really helpful in the industry for multiple reasons. Having the stamina to be able to do a month-long challenge is the same as having stamina to do an assignment for a very long time. Sometimes, you know, things aren't always perfect, and you do your assignment, and then you have to redo it for various reasons. Maybe the asset changed, maybe they decided that they want it done a different way. You know, there's so many different variables, and I think that having the stamina to be able to do something like Plain April is so helpful.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of the times, right? Like when you're working, I mean, it's exciting. We get to draw for a living, which is really cool, but it does get kind of tiring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because, like, you know, we work 8+ hours a day, depending on, I guess, how much work you're doing, but usually about 8 hours. And then we do Plain April afterwards.
Yeah. So a lot
And
of the times you're rushing it, right?
yeah, I mean, a lot of us are a part of the 11:59 gang of turning it in at 11:59 with 59 seconds on the clock. Yeah. For me personally, I like painting in the mornings. It's a lot better because then I'm not feeling stressed out during the day, but I don't always have that luxury. So you'll catch me being in voice chat painting at 11 o'clock with everybody else.
Yeah, suffer with us, guys. We'll be here.
Join us. We're friendly.
Yeah.
We
But
might.
we get kind of crazy at night though because we're delirious.
It's a mixed bag sometimes because sometimes we're really calm and we're really focused, and then other times it's
It's a party in the USA.
yeah, as my girl Miley says, party in the USA.
My favorite song.
Then you wake up in the morning and see their text, and you're terrified.
Sometimes I look at my paintings and I'm just like, what was I thinking?
Oh, I'm confused. I changed my setting for my brush on accident, and I didn't understand what was going on.
My life story.
I'm just confused about everything that's going on. If you guys are painting along, and you guys want to share your progress in the special events chat, I would love to see.
Hell yeah.
Let's see some sea pancakes.
I still don't see it, but it's fine.
You embrace the term. Thank you.
If
Yeah,
you pet one, you'll understand.
I caught one and I had to let it go. I set it free, don't worry.
They're so smooth.
Thank you.
They are pretty smooth.
Like
They're so
pancakes.
slimy,
They're super slimy too. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's what makes them beautiful.
Yeah, like maple syrup on pancakes.
I honestly don't see it, but that's fine.
Okay, you don't need to
They're
see
like
it. You just need to
they're like
understand.
flat like pancakes, and they have browning on top, and they're like
They're not brown,
lighter
they're
colored on the
blue.
bottom.
They're
Well,
blue.
imagine if your pancakes were blue colored. Like, what if you're colorblind? Okay.
Okay,
There's also
that's
different
true.
types of rays. So there are some that are
Also-
brown, there are some that are blue.
Okay,
There
fine.
is that
Also,
one
if anyone
random one
has
that's
read
like
Percy
pink.
All right, you guys are making a lot of sense. I appreciate it.
Don't mess with me and my aquatic animals.
Don't touch my aquatic animals.
Back off of my aquatic animals. They're mine.
If anyone was into Percy Jackson, they would know blue pancakes exist.
What the heck? I guess. Whatever. I support you guys. That's all that matters.
They are called manta rays, but they don't have rays on their backs.
Thank you.
Well, I think it's because their tail looks like a ray of light, no? I don't know.
Huh?
What?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Wait, don't they zap
Okay,
you?
I think even less than pancake. Now I'm confused.
It's okay, guys. This goes on YouTube. We'll just look smart. Oh, did you see all the work in progresses? It looks so cool.
Hell yeah!
Erica, nice colors too.
These are looking so dope.
I like how everybody kind of like paints it differently.
Yeah.
So like the way they adjust the values kind of makes the focus a little bit different. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. You guys are freaking killing it. These are beautiful.
Hell yeah.
Sadly, I can't paint right now. I'm doing other thing.
Oh
But-
no.
Is this going to YouTube?
This is
Yeah.
going to YouTube.
Okay, perhaps later.
It's okay. You guys don't have to paint it right now. If you paint it later, you can always post it later and at me because I want to see because I like looking. Well, I like looking at fish, but I also like looking at paintings of fish. So let's do it.
Heck yeah. Wow, Stephanie, that looks really great too.
Thanks. I completely boomered. I have no idea where these files saved to on my iPad.
No.
In
Yeah,
your
and I have to
files
look up how to
folder.
take a screenshot on an iPad. Oh my goodness.
Actually, it's kind of hard to access. I feel your pain.
I will admit, when I paint on my iPad with heavy paint, I just take a screenshot.
Boomer power.
Sorry, Bob. I know the option is there. It's more convenient.
Yeah, I get you.
All right, and
But on
then
iPad, there's like an autosave feature now, so
oh, what?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
let's talk to the sponsor of the sponsored
yeah.
person.
Oh my god, heavy paint
No,
sponsor JoJo. Hi.
no, new feature. It autosaves, except it kind of makes it crash sometimes. Sorry, Bond. But it does autosave it at least.
Wow.
What a great
Sponsor?
sponsor.
I'm just being truthful. That's how you know I'm real. I keep it real, guys.
Oh
I
my
love it.
God.
I love it.
All right, so I'm starting to add the dots on my ray now, and somebody was asking, and I just realized I didn't answer it when I started doing it. So what I'll do for the dots, because I want it to be as a separate layer. If you guys have experience with other art programs, it's very similar. If not, I'll go into it. You just do the little plus sign to add a layer, and then when you click on the box, there's an option to clip down. And I'll do that. So what that does is it locks whatever I paint onto the silhouette that's below it. So now when I'm going in and I'm painting the circles, if I wanted to try to paint outside of the ray shape that I had set up, it won't let me. So by doing that, I can
layers,
like,
or is it a clipping mask for everything?
wait, one more time.
Are you painting on layers?
Yeah, I'm painting with layers. And then I have this clipped down to it.
Can you show where the layers are?
Yeah, the layers are right over here on the left of my heavy paint. So I have my line layer that I turned off, but I can turn it back on for this. And then I have dots, and then I have my front man array, back man array, and then my background layers. And then if you want to turn off a layer, just click on the layer and then click the eyeball, and that'll turn it off.
How many layers can you build up before you start
Organized.
getting crashes and such?
Good question. We should try it.
There's a warning that will let you know when you have too many.
Oh, thank
It'll
goodness.
be like,
Okay.
it's gonna slow down.
Okay.
For my iPad, it's usually 5 to 6.
Okay. Yeah, because I was like, I don't usually paint with layers a lot, but it helps speed things up. So I was like, I don't have an answer for you. I haven't been in that situation. Thank you, sponsor JoJo.
Hashtag sponsored.
Hashtag JoJo coming in clutch.
Oh my gosh, my heavy paint was crashing one night when I was super close to a deadline, so I was painting on hard mode. That was so scary.
Oh. Wait, was that your plain April night?
Yeah, the one with Big Sur. I was like, stop
I
crashing.
remember that, yeah. Probably didn't help that I was already done. And I was like, man, it's so nice to not be painting right now.
I hate you. But I love it.
I mean, we do the same thing to each other.
Yeah.
So right now I'm just kind of blocking in the shapes. And then I'll do the same thing that I did with the main body of it, and I'll mask it out, and then I'll start adding in my shadows and stuff after I get everything kind of blocked in. Is everybody doing okay? Everybody faring with heavy paint all right?
With your help, I am.
Oh my gosh. You're so sweet. Thank you for letting me do a demo.
Oh, thank you for doing a demo.
Thank you for offering.
Oh my god, Papa.
Oh, I see that, Colin.
See what? What are you talking about?
You know, I didn't see anything. You're so right. Spots, I'm not trying to get it perfect. I'm just trying to get some cool shapes in there. I feel like this is a part in your painting where you can be you can do different things with the shape. Since we have the like general shape, if you're like, I want all of these spots to be hearts, why not? Get fun with your shapes.
Wait, for the
Any tips
spots?
for making it not look too like robotic pattern in a way to make it more organic?
Yeah. There's like, other than the obvious of like sizing, the thing that I'm trying to do right now is varying up the shapes. So you can see that I have some that are like normal circles. I have some that are like longer, just like lines. And then I have some that are circles that are kind of like cut into each other. And then by having those variations, I feel like it doesn't look as robotic. It gives you like a little bit of that differentiation between them.
For the spots, you're using color jitter. Do you also use like the other method where you just make the spots and then lock the layer and then make a gradient?
Sometimes I have been really liking the color jitter aspect of it. What I will do after I get the reason that I'm doing it this way with this specifically is because I'm going to be blocking in the shapes of them. And then once I have them in, then I'll go back in and paint on top of them again to get the shadows and like the value shifts that are needed for like the wings and stuff. And then that way I'll already have the like variation in the spots. So I won't have to completely redo everything, which I did yesterday.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah. I just finding like the way that I paint isn't going to be the way that works for everybody else. I think it's really good to explore different painting styles. And I feel like that's what's so great about being a part of a community like Warrior Painters is you get to see different approaches that people take with their paintings. You can try them out, figure out how they did it, stuff like that. You can talk with people. And then you can find your own way that works for you. I think having the courage to explore different things is really important as an artist. Because there's the way that I paint now isn't the same way that I painted last year. And it sure as heck isn't the way that I painted 5 years ago. And you're going to grow as an artist and you're going to find different ways that kind of allow you to paint either more efficiently more accurately, whatever it is that your goal is at that time. Yeah. Honestly, I lost my train of thought. So if there is a point to that, yeah, sorry.
Me every day.
Yeah. I put on some music and now my brain is like half capacity. Well, almost done with the shapes for the first one. All right, so now that I have all of the kind of like shapes that I want for them, like I did before, I'm gonna go up to the top right and I'm gonna turn on the mask, which is also known as the stencil mode. It looks like a superhero mask, and just in case you guys missed it earlier, now when I paint, whatever it is that I draw will stay within this shape. And now I'm just going to add some of the shadows back in. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the shadow that I initially had. And I'm just going to lower the opacity of my film lasso. And then I'm just going to draw the shape to kind of try to get them to be a darker value, a darker, like less saturated. But you still have that like variation underneath. Does anybody need help with like that aspect of it? No? I'm perfect at explaining things. Great. Somebody's mic is hot.
Server mute, just joking.
And all right. I'm checking my values. They're looking pretty okay. And if I ever feel like I went too far with knocking things back, since I have the stencil mode on, I can just go back in and bring some colors forward again. So maybe it's not as like everything is bright. Now there's just gonna be these like pops randomly. And we're gonna do something similar for the back. But for the back, I'm not gonna make it as complicated. So one thing that I try to keep in mind when I'm working with colors and everything is that like details tend to bring things forward. So if you want to knock something that feels farther in space, using less saturated colors, there's going to be less of a value contrast, more simple shapes. Those will help make it feel like it's farther away. That's going to be my approach for the dots on this next one. And I'm just going to do little circles. And keeping in mind, it doesn't have to be perfect, but keeping in mind that the wing is flat and then it curves up. And so that's going to affect the shape of my circles. So the ones that are going to be on the top of the body are going to be a little bit more flat. And then as they go up, you're going to start seeing more of them. So having them be more actual circle shapes.
Oh, genius.
Oh my god, that came out of nowhere, Anika.
I was like watching in awe, and then I was like, oh wait, I need to say that Kelsey is a genius because I asked for this.
Nice. Oh, another Kelsey asked you a question, Kelsey.
Another Kelsey.
I saw that you used to be a character designer. What made you decide to switch to background design?
I still do character design. My first job, I did some character designs for a pitch, but when I was in university, I went for visual development, and a visual development artist kind of does everything. So I got to do character design, background design. I did a class on color scripting. So I kind of did everything. And then after the pitch job that I did character designs for, I was a visual development artist and I did backgrounds and characters for that show. And then I got asked if I wanted to do just background designs, Marvel, and I was like, heck yeah, it's Marvel. And then, yeah. So I still do character design. I actually took here's a little plug for you guys. I took a character design class with Austin Rankins at Warrior Art Camp. It was amazing. I hope he ends up teaching again because he is a really great teacher and Warrior Art Camp is awesome. But my current job right now is just background design. But if I got offered a character design job, I would take it. Or if I'm actively looking for a character design job. I just
Warrior
like
Art Camp. Woo woo.
woo woo woo, Warrior Art Camp. Warrior Art Camp is great. Yeah. Yeah. I like changing things up. I don't like doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, which is why I became a visual development artist, so that I have the option to kind of change what it is that I want to do whenever I want to. But yeah. A good answer? Yeah, okay.
Slay.
I know Anika wants to take it, but we have to wait. She has to wait until December or something.
I'm of age.
Yeah.
So mean. Expose me to everyone.
It's okay. It's almost here. This year's passing by so fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
it really is.
I can't
Then
handle
I'll
it.
be 18. Insane.
You can join the cool kids in the chat room now.
No, I'm gonna be honest. The Boss Baby gang is kind of cooler, but I'll join you guys.
Okay,
That's fine.
never
You don't
mind.
have to. We can just keep you as a minor role for the rest
Yeah.
of your life.
Yeah.
Don't play this game with me, Anika. I will win.
Wow.
Wow, silence. Love it.
Oh, wow.
No, okay, I'll
We love
join
silence.
because Nana.
Nah,
Uh-huh.
it's too late.
That's too late.
It's too late.
I miss Nana. You guys are keeping me from Nana.
That's pretty cool.
I agree. Even though she said that I was old.
Wait, who said that?
Nana called me old.
Okay,
So I was like, Nana's not even here.
I will talk to Nana about this. As a prior member of Boss Baby.
Defend my honor as a not old person.
Yeah, I'm DMing her right now. How dare you call Kelsey old?
Perfect. Thank you. So right now I'm just touching up my sand. And it's still pretty blocky, so I wanted to give it a little bit of loving. And I'm just trying to get that depth in it. So like the sky, the water kind of works in the same way because it's reflecting and light and science and all that good stuff. But basically, to keep it simple, the farther something away is, the more particles are going to be in between you and that object, and so more blue is going to be in there. So as you can see in the reference photo, you can't really see the horizon line super clearly, and that's because it's just really, 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 really far away, and there's so much atmosphere between, or so much water between where you would see it and where you are, that it kind of blends together. So that's something that I did with mine as well. That you can kind of see, like there's the gradient. You can kind of see the hint of it, but it's not like a super clear and clean kind of viewpoint that you would have when doing other stuff.
Are you gonna put all the bushes and the rocks on the ground, or is it just gonna be simple?
I'm gonna put some of them in, but I don't want them to be super distracting from the rest of the image. So they're going to be low value, low contrast, and very minimal shapeage.
Shapeage. I like that.
Shapeage.
Oh.
So, like I mentioned earlier, simpler objects don't take away as much attention. So I'm keeping my bushes just as like circles.
If you guys want to, you could drop in one more whip in the special event chat.
Share, share, share. I want to see all your stuff.
Oh, look, the person who called you grandma is here.
Nana!
I'm on my work break right now, but like Anika messaged me and she was like, Kelsey's talking about that time you called her old.
I was.
I have like 10 minutes on my work break.
I warned her not to call you old. What are you wording this as?
I haven't called you old in a long time, Kelsey. I'm sorry to like be rude or anything, but you gotta let it go at some point, okay?
It's the only way I can get you to come online. You never talk to me anymore.
I love talking to you. I'm sorry, Kelsey.
It's okay. I just miss you.
Okay.
I miss you more.
Puke. Can you guys get a room?
Yeah, this is my demo, guys.
I miss you guys too.
Okay. Wow. Oh, I thought she signed off.
Me too.
Missed you guys. Bye.
Anyways,
Ah.
I'll be gone for another month now.
Okay. See ya.
Okay.
Nice knowing ya.
Bye.
You guys'
Oh,
lips
what's
look so
Kelsey's demo?
good.
Yeah, these look freaking amazing.
You guys are killing it.
Jojo, I like your smiley face for the master. You forgot the butter.
Well, the butter's on the back, but you can't see it.
It's swimming at a high speed. You need to indicate it.
Okay, fine. I'll give it like a spatula or something, so it's a pancake chef.
Yes.
Is that cannibalism because they're eating themselves?
No, it's like
No.
if a corgi ate, well, corgis resemble like bread or something. Like if a corgi ate bread or something.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
They're
that's fair.
cooking each other.
I don't know, guys.
Nanette, you have a lot of background noise right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm at work. I mean, I have to go back in 7 minutes anyway, so I'm just gonna leave. Are you guys gonna be on tonight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be around.
Okay, I guess I'll call you after work then. Bye.
Yeah, I'll
Yay, bye, miss you.
I'll be the 11:59 gang today.
Oh, you're not painting with me right now?
No. I can't outdo you guys, so why even bother?
I can't outdo you, so that's why I can't pay right now, because I'm just like so much better. And I was like, okay.
No? What the? Wow, way to put words in my mouth. I like it.
DVD?
I mean, like, I'm not addicted, but like one game.
I can't. I have to go get lunch with my parents today. And build my standing desk. Hey!
Oh gosh, that sounds so fun.
Yeah, I'll show you guys pictures when I'm done.
Are you building it with your dad?
Yeah.
Okay, great. At least you have a partner. God damn.
Yeah. He's bringing the electrical drill that it says that it helps speed things up with. So that's going to be nice, not having to drill everything in by hand.
Drilling everything by hand is how you know you're a fucking man. Do it yourself.
No.
Don't get carpal tunnel. It's not worth it.
You're not gonna get carpal tunnel. You're gonna get biceps and strong wrists.
Dude, I did too much arm workouts yesterday at the gym. I can't.
Kaylee just came in. She's like, guys, we're still streaming. Shut up.
Sorry.
Silence.
Anyways. So yeah, right now I'm just adding in some other colors into my background just to kind of give it some little pops here and there.
Like that?
A little bit of, yeah. I don't know if my mic will pick that up. If I suppression on. I'm running the dishwasher right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're about at the end of where I would probably call it. So does anybody have any like last questions or questions, comments, concerns about heavy painting or anything like that? Well, I'm just too good at explaining things.
Yeah, you're perfect.
Yeah, that's gonna be my excuse for the silence.
That is exactly the reason why it was silent.
Yeah, thank you.
As I would like to say, wow, love the silence.
sound like my physics teacher.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I didn't notice that you blended out the background.
Yeah, I had it as like a quick block in just to get like the general colors, and then I got my colors where I kind of wanted them to be. Then I smooth things out just so it wouldn't draw as much attention. But you can still see I have some of the lines and stuff. It's not a perfectly clear gradient. Just to give it a little texture, a little bit of pizzazz.
Yep. So do you think that blocking out the color initially helped you figure out the pancake colors?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a hater. I still don't see the pancake, but whatever.
You're crazy, but it's fine. Yeah, I mean, I feel like for me when I'm like starting a painting, blocking out the colors in like a really rough and not appealing way helps me because then I'm not thinking about everything. I'm just purely focused on like the colors or the values that I have going on. And then once I have that, then I can go in and make my adjustments on things. But I don't want to be too bothered about details when I first start out. So, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, all of your guys' paintings look so good.
Do you like my pancake?
I do enjoy your pancake.
Thank you.
I don't see it.
I
don't
could
see
hear
it.
the heavy breathing, Angela. It's okay.
Whatever. I don't care.
Sure.
I care.
Keep telling yourself that.
Imagine if it was like a perfectly round circle.
It's not. That's my point.
Have you never made a misshapen pancake before?
No, my pancakes are perfect. I'm just joking.
Okay.
I believe that. No, I fully believe that.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, this is streamed on YouTube, so leave your comments and wait, what else did they say?
Oh,
Leave your
like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell button.
Yes, and let us know if you think that manta rays are pancakes or not. Yeah.
This isn't
It's a debate.
This is a spotted eagle ray, not a manta ray. They're different.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
well, edible all the same.
Edible wow.
Well, thanks for joining us, you guys. I had a lot of fun painting with you all, and I hope to see you on the Warrior Painters Discord more.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you guys.
Thank
No,
you for
thank
coming.
you.